Go to the pine if you want to learn about the pine, or to the bamboo if you want to learn about the bamboo, and in doing so you must leave your subjective preoccupation with yourself. Otherwise you impose yourself on the object and do not learn. Your poetry issues of its own accord when you and the object have become one, when you have plunged deep enough into the object to see something like a hidden glimmering there. You know, the traditional theologies tell us man is supreme, and you know, we see from past situations, logging and exploitation of places like this, that has its own set of consequences.
When I went to the top of the mountains, or went to the top of the hill, as I call it, I stayed. The perfect place, Edgewant. To give you an idea of what Mortimer and Edgewant looked like, Mortimer was the working center, Edgewant was the recreation center. But the mountains prior to 1916, you know what a mountain full of trees looks like. This is what it looked like after the lumber companies were here. So true clear cutting. And it allowed all the water to come through and have major floods through the area. At that time, when it rained on Grandfather, you best get out of the way because there's nothing to stop it. At least now they don't clear cut, so there's a little safety involved. But as you can see, the town of Mortimer, it was actually a bustling little place. Well, when Ritter and the railroad companies got this land into this area, Edgemont was going to be the blowing rock to what Boone would have been Lenore. Originally, this was going to be a resort area. And what you guys came up as, and you saw Betsy's store, and that's Mortimer. That's not really Mortimer. Mortimer was further down the road. As you come up, there's a flagpole marking where the center of Mortimer used to be. And where that flagpole is down there, that's where Ritter Company store was. And that's where the flagpole was, right here, down there now. But they had power, they had water to all the homes. So it was a progressive area for the time frame. You've got to look at prior to 1916, for a town to have all that available to it was unreal. They had all those concrete walls that you see down there. Everybody talks about it being a cotton mill. Well, it was, but not until after the flood of 16. Prior to the 1916 flood, that was a sawmill, planers and big saws and everything that was in that building.
So right now we're entering a 2.2 mile stretch of the river that is receives the highest volume utilization in the summertime, well, a lot of the year actually, but it's an incredibly scenic part of the river where waterfalls and huge boulder fields and some falls coming in from the side of the ridgeline come into the creek. One of the most gorgeous sections of river I've ever seen anywhere, which, you know, we feel desperately needs to be preserved and protected to the degree possible while still allowing folks to have fun here respectfully. So that's always the challenge, how to blend both things, taking care of an incredible scenic river gift like this and also adhering to the purpose of a recreational scenic river, which is making it accessible to all groups of folks that want to come here and have a great time and enjoy the beauty. So, you know, you imagine this area in June or July with maybe, I think I was down in this parking lot last July and there were probably 80 to 100 people possibly within the whole quarter-mile stretch, maybe more than that even. And so you kind of imagine the impact that makes on the riparian zone.
Betsy's Old Country Store was built in 1924. It's the last privately owned surviving building from the original town of Mortimer. It survived the 40 flood. Betsy was a very close and dear friend of mine. Buy the store, buy the store, buy the store. That's all she kept telling me was buy the store. I bought the store and Betsy was taken from us 4 months after I bought the store. My father was one of the very first Green Berets in history, one of the first 50 Green Berets. And this is where they trained before they went to Vietnam. And he brought me up here on my first camping trip when I was 5 years old. But I learned to rappel up here. I learned all my outdoor skills out here with Pop. You know, on Mondays I would go out to make my deposits, you know, and do my business. And both sides of the road would be full of garbage, you know, cans, bottles, trash, bags of trash piled up. So I just use this truck that I got and I'll go up and down the creek and pick up what I can, and what I don't, I'll figure out some other way to get it up. So then I recruited every Tom, Dick, and Harry and my brother that I could find. Hey, what are you doing today? Come help me. Let's go for a ride. Let's go pick up trash. You know, because everybody works at Betsy's. Everybody. And we started having oyster roasts to raise money for the creek, you know, to buy things like bags and trash cans and gas. And then this little angel came down from Boone, North Carolina, Wes Wall. He said, you know, man, I really like what you're doing down here. It's pretty impressive that you're doing this all by yourself. What can I do to help? The whole idea behind the Wilson Creek Cleanup Fund is to educate everybody about how special this place is. There ain't nowhere else like it anywhere on the planet. And I've been around, I know. This is a jewel in the crown of our country, not just Caldwell County, not North Carolina, for the entire country. No place else on the planet like this, period. And sell hot dogs, yes. Yes, we want to maintain, for Betsy's sake, the best hot dog on Wilson Creek. Wilson Creek's best hot dog, exactly right.
This workstation was built by the Civilian Conservation Corps, and I can't remember the exact date, but it was, I believe, in the 30s, possibly. I may be wrong, but it's been here a long time and has been used by the Forest Service for many, many years. So we're working with the rangers and oversight folks to come in here and revitalize this a little bit and clean it up and use this as the base station for a Clean Wilson Creek to operate out of. You know, we are very fortunate in the respect that while the challenges of effectively addressing this issue over time are significant, we are really trying to focus on this watershed and this particular stretch of river that is so incredible, designated wild and scenic river, that just needs more than anything oversight and management and then infrastructure. So in that sense, we feel really positive that there are very tangible things we can do and bring the community and partners together to provide at some point a long-term solution that will hopefully carry forward in providing a level of oversight and protection that hasn't been here in quite a while, so that the river stays the way it is. This is it. Step one, a place.
Is this thing on? Yeah. Trash, trash. What is trash? Trash is when you drank all your stash. You don't want it in your car no more, so throw it out on mile marker 4. Don't do that, man. You're a consumer, I get it. You don't produce. You want to let the devil's world run loose, all in your mind, for everyone to find. Pleasures of earth. What is it worth? Anyway, so where does progress end and trash begin? You throw it out the window without a care, and McDonald's laughs over there because the next guy sees it and says, I'm loving it too. I need to get your fries and my shake for my baby boo. Nothing but processed sugary mess. God bless. Listen, don't litter, especially in my town. I'm not from here, but I'm around. It ain't your problem. It ain't mine. Then whose is it?
I hope that when you come up here and you see the creek being clean, or it is clean when you get here, how about helping me leave it that way? That's the whole idea, is that I try to give people an option to do what's right. Just do what's right, and that's it. Keep it clean for everybody, not for this group or that group, for everybody. That's the whole idea.